Nicholson steps up onto a table and delivers a punch to one officer as he tries to restrain him. A woman makes a plea on Nicholson's behalf. After slipping through their fingers, he's able to get one foot on top of the divider and launch himself onto a nearby table, and then into the arms of this officer. But as he continues to push his way toward the door, more officers pile on before he can make it there.
Grab the cops. Don't do anything silly.
Daniel Nicholson later pleaded guilty to attempting to escape custody and 2 counts of recklessly causing harm to a prescribed emergency worker, and was sentenced to 21 months in prison with parole eligibility after 1 year. As for the original weapons charge, he pled guilty and was ordered to pay a $320 fine.
What's going on, bro?
This is Rashad Hawkins. He's on the 2nd floor of the Meigs County Courthouse in Tennessee. He was just sentenced to serve time in jail for failure to pay child support. And before the deputies could detain Hawkins, he fled the courtroom. Now, on the security camera, he hops the railing and is barely hanging on before he lets go. And the deputy appears not to follow. Keep your eye on Hawkins' legs as they dangle from the floor above. With nobody around, he hops up like nothing happened, running to the exit. People from the 1st and 2nd floor come to check on all the commotion. And by then, Hawkins is long gone. He was on the run for just shy of 3 weeks until he was arrested over 200 miles away. In addition to the outstanding warrant from Tennessee, he was hit with a list of new charges, from criminal trespassing to assault on a police officer to resisting arrest.
First up, we're inside the Highland County Courthouse in Greenfield, Ohio. At the edge of the camera's view, deputies are taking 34-year-old Nicholas Garrison into custody. He's been convicted of possession of methamphetamine. But as the deputies are about to find out, he's in possession of another kind of speed. Now he's going, gone. Let's back things up and see exactly what happened here. Watch as Garrison waits to make his break until both deputies have their backs to him. He then splits the 2 officers. And a third is no match for his open court speed. He hits the stairs as Deputy Ben Reno takes a flying leap over the railing to stop him. But Garrison just slips through his fingers and is able to break out of the courthouse and escape outside. Nicholas Garrison would elude police for almost 4 days before being captured. He now faces additional charges for his courtroom breakout. As for Deputy Reno, who took that daring dive into the stairwell, he suffered 4 broken ribs and a minor concussion in his attempt to foil the escape, but eventually made a full recovery.
This is Joel Delgado. He's currently being brought to the Pulaski County Courthouse in Little Rock, Arkansas. He's brought into court to face multiple charges, including residential burglary and theft of services. Reportedly, during his arrest, he claimed he was injured, so he was brought to a hospital. Now, the sheriff deputy is currently escorting Delgado into the courthouse to face his charges. But steps before they enter the door, Delgado loses his shoe, which just might be a distraction for his getaway plan.
What'd you say, OJ? Hey, you see a shoe back there? Where is it?
With Delgado being in a neck brace and a wheelchair, it appears he can't walk, but he sure can run. Delgado then bolts across the street and down an alley.
Oh, I'm gonna catch you, baby. I'm finna shoot your.
The deputy seems to lose him and searches through the streets looking for the suspect.
Hey, can you call the police for me? Call the police for me. Call the police. What way it go?
Went straight through the alley and cut that way.
What you need? Your phone. My damn radio came.
And I tried to get him.
Hello? The wheelchair dude got up and ran. Yeah. I couldn't catch this. The wheelchair dude. I couldn't catch him, hell.
After no luck, the deputy makes it back to the front of the courthouse.
The wheelchair dude ran. He had a neck brace on and all that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Didn't need that wheelchair very much, did he?
Hell no.
The deputy then meets up with his colleagues and breaks the news.
Dude ran, man. Dude ran? Man, yeah. What? He took off? Yeah, I couldn't catch that dude. He jumped the rail. It's on my camera, bro.
Oh, what's that, man?
He jumped the rail, kicked his shoe had came off. I bent down to get his shoe. He just ran.
Took off on you, man.
Yeah. Should have had cuffed him to the wheelchair.
However, the suspect's freedom was short-lived as he was caught a few hours later, where he claimed he was injured and couldn't walk again. And now he faces an additional charge of third-degree escape. Reportedly, Delgado has pleaded not guilty to all charges against him.
Outside the courthouse, defendants are being transported to the county jail, including Diego Jose Zayas Martinez. He's been charged with making terroristic threats and stabbing a man. He was just in court at his bond hearing, where his bail was set at $100,000. Watch as the deputy escorts the men to the bus. There's Zayas Martinez. Like the other defendants, he's wearing handcuffs, but his feet are free, so he decides to use them. Let's take a closer look. Zayas Martinez makes a break for it just beyond the grasp of the second deputy, and the officers immediately give chase. But one quickly stops, deciding to stay with the remaining prisoners. Zayas Martinez makes it to the parking lot. One of the deputies isn't far behind. He'll need to pick up the pace, though, if he wants to close the gap. Despite the deputy trying to head him off, Zayas Martinez manages to stay one step ahead. It looks like he's just hopped a fence. And with that, he could be home free. Not quite. Later that day, a sheriff's deputy gets some help from a concerned citizen who tells him the man he's after is hiding beneath her house. Zayas Martinez is captured and taken back to the courthouse, where his original bond is increased to $500,000, and he faces an additional charge of third-degree escape.